Subscribe. MTL World at Middle World 1 YouTube channel. Swallowed Star 2 Origin Continent. Chapter 255 The Second Level of the Great Tao of Life and Death. 34th of Volume 6. Luo Feng comprehended the secret patterns deep inside the Star Tower. Countless secret patterns swirled deeper and deeper. And even when he peered into the deepest part, time began to stagnate. Afterwards, the deeper secret patterns began to shimmer with colors. The end of the colorful secret pattern is a piece of blood-red scale with 12 colors on the edge. This patch of blood-red scales is like the supreme rule. It is supreme. It is impervious to all trials, eternal and indestructible. The core of the secret patterns of the Star Tower is thickness, solidity, and eternity of life. Luo Feng has watched it too many times. Staring directly at the blood-colored scales will continuously impact and pollute his mind and will. Luo Feng temporarily withdrew from observation and began to harness his own power. Buzz. An illusory tower emerged, taking the shape of a triangular pyramid. The illusory tower gradually condensed, with secret patterns flowing on its surface. Woo! Suddenly, this illusory tower collapsed. Why is it so difficult to create a 9-branch fusion secret technique? Luo Feng sighed softly. Just like the ordinary second-level God Kings, it is not difficult to create some peak-level secret techniques of the second-level God Kings, but creating ultimate realm secret techniques immediately increases the difficulty. For example, Emperor Guishu, God King Wuxia, some emperors of the ancient Flame Wind Kingdom, and the rulers of the ancient Thunder Kingdom, they spent countless years and only managed to create a few ultimate realm secret techniques. The 8-branch fusion techniques of the Tao of Life and Death, Luo Feng has already created 9 secret techniques so far. Like the previous, Mass Extinction Style, Skylight Silver Shuttle, Blacklight Escape Technique, and Blood Drop Cage, these 5 moves have also been perfected to the level of 8-branch fusion. 8-branch fusion is already very easy for me. I've already created 9 secret techniques. But I can't create even one technique for the 9-branch fusion. Luo Feng gently shook his head. The 9-branch fusion technique of the Tao of Life and Death is the ultimate technique of the Tao of Life and Death. Its difficulty is far greater than that of the 8-branch techniques. On the contrary, it is the great Tao of Life and the great Tao of Destruction that, due to precise guidance, Luo Feng was able to exchange for the scale of destruction and the Lotus Heart Seed, and now he can create the ultimate secret technique. The pure life Tao and the Tao of Destruction, their ultimate secret techniques don't feel that difficult. After the fusion of the Tao of Life and the Tao of Death after fusion, the fusion of 9 branches becomes extremely difficult. Luo Feng attempted to use his own power to condense the illusory Star Tower. The illusory Star Tower, protecting oneself. Pursuing the ultimate in defense. Why is the illusory Star Tower condensed in the shape of a triangular pyramid? Instead of resembling a 9-story high tower. Luo Feng also realized that he was still far from achieving this. Even if the 9 branches truly merged, it would only be a small part of the Star Tower. Luo Feng could only calm his mind and devote himself to his training. The illusory Star Tower, where exactly is the problem? Why can't it be stabilized? Luo Feng meticulously studied the mysteries of the secret patterns, and time passed day by day. Suddenly, one day, long-term accumulation of insights leads to a qualitative change. In Luo Feng's mind, the 4 branches of the great Tao of Life and Death, Heavenly Light Branch, Blood Droplet Branch, Traveler Branch, and Eternal Branch, suddenly merged perfectly into one, leaving no trace of confusion. The Tao of Life and Death, thus has now entered the second level of the God King realm. Since then, Luo Feng has reached the second level of the God King realm in all 3 Taos of life, destruction, and life-death. Of course, the first 2 Taos are much easier, and he had created several ultimate secret techniques. Ha ha ha, I created 9 types of 8-branch fusion techniques, and only then did the life-death Tao enter the second level of the God King realm. Without an accurate reference for the Tao, the accumulation requirements are indeed much higher. Luo Feng was in a very good mood. I don't know how high rewards infinite space will give me this time. Infinite space places great importance on the mind's will in the opening of the great Taos. Infinite space. On an island in the middle of the lake, there are no spiritual creatures here, only one of Luo Feng's clones is present, with mist spreading and covering most of the lake. The second level of the great Tao of Life and Death. Luo Feng sat cross-legged on the edge of the island, gazing at the lake before him. With a single thought, he began to reveal the profound mysteries of the Tao. Huu. A strand of power detached from Luo Feng and flew out, tracing a trajectory through the air, effortlessly slicing through the layers of space, even cutting black cracks into the fundamental membrane wall of infinite space. Afterward, this strand of power condensed into a drop of blood. This drop of blood transformed into a star, slowly rolling through the heavens and earth, causing the entire cosmos to tremble. Later, this tiny star transformed into a dark abyss, naturally beginning to devour everything around it. However, the dark abyss collapsed, transforming into a single point of light, and as the point of light formed, a terrifying domain spread in all directions. Just a wisp of power fully reveals the many mysteries of the four branches of the Tao of life and death: Heavenly Light Branch, Blood Droplet Branch, Traveler Branch, and Eternal Branch. Only by comprehending these mysteries can one freely and effortlessly merge and transform the four great branches at will. Finally. Buzz. A message came through the palm imprint on Luo Feng's palm. Trialist. Origin Continent. Luo Feng. Using the two great Taos of life and destruction as a foundation, a new great Tao has been opened. The evaluation of the new great path. Excellent. Reward points. 100,000. On the new great Tao, you have finally taken the second step. You still need to work hard to fully master this great Tao. Before mastering a complete path, your mental will successfully broke through the limits of the God King. Mental will evaluation. Excellent. Reward points. 100,000. Your mental will is outstanding. Perhaps, you can go even further. Reminder: killing any mind creatures is prohibited. Violators will be completely expelled from the infinite space. The total reward points are 184,193.03 points. Luo Feng was quite excited to learn this information. Open a new Tao, reach the second level of the God King realm, and receive a reward of 100,000 points. Including the 100,000 points reward for reaching the level beyond the God King with one's mental will, that's a total of 200,000 points. This is the largest fortune one has ever had. Having been in the infinite space for so long, Luo Feng has always been very cautious with the use of reward points. Large expenses mainly include lotus heart seeds and scales of destruction. As for the exchange of inheritance, it mainly involves the inheritance of the first and second level of the God King. The inheritance is too expensive, I haven't been able to bring myself to exchange it yet. I can't kill any spiritual creatures, so the only way to earn reward points is to forge a great Tao and continue to advance in spiritual will. Luo Feng's thought. According to the information description, fully mastering the Tao of life and death should come with rewards. But Luo Feng also understands a bit. Great Taos like time, space, life, infinity, and destruction exist within the supreme rules. Even so, in the long ages of the origin continent, only Di Qing and the Lord of 10,000 Realms were able to comprehend the complete Great Tao on their own. The Great Tao of life and death has no reference. To comprehend the complete, Great Tao of life and death, the difficulty is unimaginable. Ordinary Taos have guidance, and those emperors and monarchs who have comprehended 5 or 6 ultimate secret techniques may not necessarily grasp the Great Tao. From this, it can be inferred that without guidance for the Tao of life and death, one would need to comprehend at least 10 ultimate secret techniques to have a chance of grasping the Great Tao. What does it mean for the will of the mind to take a step further? Luo Feng was somewhat confused. Before mastering the Great Tao, the mind will reach the level of a God Emperor, with an evaluation of special grade. So, what's next after taking a step higher? Forget it. Luo Feng began to examine the infinite space treasury. Luo Feng was somewhat surprised. The ultimate chapter of the God King, with perfect level inheritance, still can't be seen. Perfect level inheritance, God King Second Realm chapter, generally requires 10,000 reward points. The ultimate chapter. Luo Feng's current reward points are not even eligible to see it. According to the infinite space pricing model, the ultimate realm chapter is generally 20 times that of the God King Second Realm chapter. I received top ratings in both categories, yet I still don't qualify to see the ultimate realm of perfect level inheritance. What kind of genius is needed to qualify for the ultimate realm of perfect level inheritance? Luo Feng sighed inwardly. With the help of the formless and intangible, the ultimate realm Xuanhuan bloodline creatures in the origin continent is the limit of my transformation. Luo Feng thought. Since I don't cultivate the material origin Tao, there's no need to exchange for the ultimate realm chapter of world lifeforms. These reward points must be used wisely. Luo Feng carefully examined the information on each inheritance. Check the treasure information. Luo Feng was very interested in those treasures because, according to Di Qing, treasures starting from 100,000 reward points were quite helpful in breaking out of the cage, and were also highly sought after by external practitioners. The top-ranked treasure, a sword, requires 180,000 reward points for exchange. This sword is forged using the materials from the corpse of the Xuanhuan ancestor. It is suitable for practitioners of the Thunder Tao, the Destruction Tao, and the Material Tao to exchange for. By comprehending it, one will have hope to break free from the cage. Reminder: these treasures are suitable for comprehension within the origin world and must not be taken out of the origin world, or there will be endless future troubles. The second ranked treasure, the time-space mirror, requires 180,000 reward points to exchange. This is a precious mirror crafted from rare treasures collected from the Xuanhuan space. With this mirror, one can retain memories and reincarnate into any origin world, unaffected by the supreme rules of any origin world. One can practice under different supreme rules, greatly benefiting their cultivation. Reminder. 1. Practitioners of the Tao of Time or the Tao of Space are suitable for exchanging this treasure. Other path practitioners have lower exchange yields. 2. This treasure must not be taken out of the origin world. One treasure after another left Luo Feng dumbfounded. Even if I get top ratings in both the Tao of Enlightenment and the Will of the Mind, redeeming one of these treasures would leave me with very few reward points left. Luo Feng felt that the threshold for redeeming such treasures was very high. In the arrangement of Senior Yuan, even an extraordinarily dazzling genius can only exchange for one such treasure. Only with sufficient talent can one be considered worthy of such treasures. Luo Feng continued to read. Suddenly, the 34th ranked treasure, the Eye of Life and Death, requires 120,000 reward points for exchange. This is an eye called the Eye of Life and Death, forged from the complete corpse of a world-class Xuanhuan life form known as the Life and Death Eye Beast. With this eye, one can glimpse the vitality of all things and also discern the weaknesses of destruction in all things. It is suitable for practitioners on the Taos of life and destruction to exchange for, as it helps in comprehending the mysteries of life and destruction, aiding in breaking free from the cage. Reminder. This treasure must not be taken out of the origin world. Good baby. Luo Feng's heart was burning. Other highly ranked treasures are also suitable for destruction and for life. The Eye of Life and Death, yet it is equally suited for both life and destruction. Blank. End of chapter. Subscribe. MTL World at Mythl World 1 YouTube channel.